Okay, yeah, so welcome again, for basically buy a home buying presentation that I kind of do this webinar to a lot of clients every few weeks. So that's where I wanted the session to be basically interactive. Camera on or off doesn't matter, your choice. Find the chat box. I mean, you can say hi there. You can write a question in Q&A as well. I'll go back to the messages from time to time and answer any questions you have. So basically, that's the idea there, right? So I will basically help you with any questions there for it to be um, helpful to you. Sorry, I'm just gonna have to present again, full screen. Okay, good. All right, so first let's talk about the market. What's going on in GTA basically, right? So we've got the November stats realistically. I want you to pay attention to basically the bottom right corner where it says year over year summary. Sales like in November of 2025, we've got 5,010 homes sold versus 2024, which is like negative 15.8%. So sales are down 15%. That's what it's telling us. New listings are down 4%. It's 11,134 from 11,602. Active listings are up 16.8%. Average price is down 6.4% from last year. Average even property days on the market, if you see, went up to 56 days from 48 days. That means it's 16.7% up from last year. So what does that tell us? I mean, it's telling us that it is 100% buyer's market. So it's the best time to buy a property if you've got, the income or the money to buy a property. That's where this is the best time. Another stat to look at on my next slide here is months inventory. If you look at all Toronto Regional Real Estate Board areas, it's about 4.8 months inventory. What does that mean is if there's no property coming on the market starting today, it will take that many months to sell all the inventory we have. So on average, it's 4.8 months. So anytime this number is about 4 or more, it's a buyer's market. Anytime it's lesser than 4, it's balanced, and less than basically 3, it becomes seller's market. So right now, if you see the average number is 4.8, but if you look at different regions, like Halton's got 4.8, Peel's got 5.3. If you talk about Toronto's 4.9, so York region 5.2, Durham region 3.3. So basically, it's pretty much over 4 months. So that means it is buyer's market. So 100% it's time to buy a property because you will get the best price right now. Another thing to look at, start to look at is again year over year transactions. And then I look at probably from last month, right? But this is sales, which is in October 2025, 5654 sales from 5620, so which is down about 0.6%. Um, and then its average selling price is pretty much went up a little bit, 0.6%. So pretty much remained the same from October to November, right? So it does not much change. It's down from last year, but from previous month, it's pretty much the same. That's what I want to highlight on this slide. Okay, let me go through the presentation slides. Basically, I'm going to talk about, myself a little bit. I mean, meeting your agent, the team approach. I'm going to talk about my team here. Then I'm going to talk about pre-approval. Like when you buy a home, there's a pre-approval process that you go through, which kind of, if you're looking for a mortgage, then you need to go through that step. So we'll talk about that. Finding a dream home, how do I help? Making you an offer, how do I help? Some guarantees I offer to my buyer clients, and those I will talk about. Closing on your home, and then there's some goals or big initiatives I kind of help as well. Some charities, so I'll talk about that too. Um, Okay, so here our mission basically is basically finding you the best home at the best price with least amount of hassle. That's what our mission is. That's what we kind of, strive for with support of all these bottom systems. And I'm going to touch on all of them as I'm going to go through the slides one by one. So I'm not going to dwell on it too much here right now. Here, myself, Gautam Kapoor. So I got my real estate license in 2007. So I've been licensed for 18 years. I've got decades of expertise and knowledge. I've lived, worked in a community. My office is in Mississauga, here in Ontario and Matheson Boulevard. I live myself in Kleinburg, which is part of Vaughan. That's where I live. I won Outstanding Achievement Award in 2023 from my brokerage from Realty Executives. So I've not stopped there. I mean, I'm accredited through Toronto Region Board of Realtors. I am licensed through Real Estate Council of Ontario. So my license is valid within Ontario, anywhere in any city in Ontario. I'm member of Canadian Real Estate Association as well, right? So to give some background about myself. Um, let's talk about team approach. Like when I am helping client, it's just not me helping. I am basically you get my team. So I'm gonna talk about the team approach here. Here, like there's some stats to share. 72% of the buyers do not go back to the same real estate agent. Why? Because of all these issues listed on the left side. I'm not gonna go one by one into that detail, but overall, poor communication, too pushy, lack of representation, too busy, wasted a lot of time showing home, lack of professionalism. So there's a lot of issues, right? So which kind of come in play. But these are the issues I kind of keep left, right, and center in front of me when I am, representing a buyer. I make sure I communicate, I make sure I represent professionalism, I help them finding the best homes that they can like and negotiate on their behalf. So that's why these things are very important for me to know so I don't repeat any of them. So I get a lot of repeat business because of that, because I take care of all these issues. I don't kind of, have any of the issues with my team. I kind of, make sure these things are addressed. Um, what most of the realtors do, they basically advertise homes in order to get you to call them. They beg you to come and talk with them. They choose a bunch of homes they think you will like. They drive you from house to house, showing you dozens of homes. They encourage you to make an offer on every house you see. And basically, they you feel frustrated because the homes selected are not to your liking. So then they just hope you will buy something out of those homes that they showed you. That's typically how real estate agents work. And how we work differently, that's what I'm going to touch on a little bit. Because most of these agents are one man show, right? They don't have teams behind, they have very limited resources, time, and energy. They're juggling several clients with little or no help or limited funds. I have got a whole team with me supporting me here. Scott Gilmore, he's my real estate broker. He sits in Mississauga with me in the office. He's been 45 years in the industry. He's active in real estate as well. He lives in Mississauga. So basically, he's always a phone call away for anything needed to, attention, or if we need any support or help or anything from them. We have a weekly meeting with Scott, and that's where we go. Michelle Gilmore, she's our marketing executive. All our marketing is done through Michelle. So she helps all our agents in the office. We've got about 45 agents in the office. So Michelle is basically taking care of all the marketing. Nadia is our deals administrator in the office, like front reception. You will see Nadia if you come to meet me in my office, basically during the business hours. Tatiana Landano, she is my mentor. She's a top producing realtor in Montreal. Andrew Fogliato, he is my Facebook marketing consultant. He helps with the Facebook marketing, Instagram marketing on all our listings. That's where Andrew comes in play. So basically, the idea is you don't get only me when you are kind of taking my services. You get the help from the whole team. That's what I wanted to emphasize here when we say the team approach. We never run out of time. We do the best to represent you. So rather than having a one agent working for you, we found that creating a team would help clients is a better option, right? So as a buyer specialist, I don't have to worry about accounting or marketing or admin work because my team is there to back me, and support me there, right, in my office. So they do all these different things in different divisions. Like admin division is basically Nadia. She's gonna take care of the admin stuff. Agent division is basically myself, client care. We've got, dedicated phone line where people call to book appointments for any listings we have. Accounting division, we've got accounting taken care by Nadia and Michelle. Then transaction coordinated by them as well. Marketing is basically Michelle 100% taking care of all the marketing, right? So that's where you get the representation with the whole team, not just me. And also our team will help you securing best financing if you need one and at the lowest rates. Beat out other buyers to best home for you. We negotiate the lowest price, best terms for you, meet your home buying needs with the least amount of hassle, right? That's what we kind of strive for and we work for. Getting you pre-approval, that's very important step because if you're looking for a mortgage, we want to make sure you get your pre-approval. And why is it's so important, right? So what is pre-approval? Pre-approval is basically an official document or a letter from the bank or the credit union who is willing to lend you a specific amount of money based on your income, your assets, your liabilities, your credit score, your job, and everything. So how do you start the process? You basically need all this information on the right side. On the right side, driver's license, your SIN number, your addresses, your employment letter, your basically, your tax returns, confirmation of income, T4s, pay stubs, all that is required for a bank or a financial institution to look at all those things and give you an amount and say based on your income and your credit score, you are pre-approved for mortgage or loan of 500,000, 400,000, 600,000, 900,000, whatever that amount is. They will give you that pre-approval letter. So and that helps in a big way, because then you exactly know how much you can afford, like how much bank's going to give you the loan for. You get the best financing because you will know what kind of rates you're going to get from the bank or the broker. You can make a stronger offer because you will know what your budget is, right? What you're working with, basically. And from seller perspective, like if let's say I'm a seller, I've got two buyers on trying to bid on my house, and one is coming up with pre-approved home loan, the other one is coming which is not approved. So they bring me an offer, let's say $850,000 cash offer, no conditions. The other buyer is coming up with 850,000 conditional upon financing. Then I would accept obviously the cash offer because there is no financing involved, right? So that's the advantage of pre-approval because you can go on conditional if you're competing with somebody. Right now, market is different, so you don't have to hopefully compete. But if property is so good, you might end up in competing situations sometime, and then this pre-approval helps big time for you to becoming different because your offer will get accepted versus anybody else. Finding your dream home. How do we find a dream home for you? I'm just gonna go quickly to chat just to see if there's no questions there that I need to address. No, I don't see any questions. And one thing I'm just gonna share here as well. Let me just get a link for my okay, pre-approval. I'm just gonna 1 second take a link for consultation. Like this is my calendar link. In case you're ready to book your one-on-one appointment, that's where basically you can book it. So I'm just gonna go there and let me put it in the chat there. Okay, here, yeah. So I put in my link in the chat to book a one-on-one meeting. Could be a virtual meeting, could be a face-to-face meeting. And I just wanted to share that and give that advantage to everybody who's kind of watching this webinar. Next one, finding your dream home. How should you start your search of dream home? How will our team help you finding the dream home you're looking for at the right price? Um, how most realtors pick homes for you, they make a random search online through the MLS. They pick 6 to 8 homes. They try to sell you one. The wrong person is basically deciding which homes you will get to see. Our one of a kind buyer profile system basically gives you the ability to get access to new listings that match your home buying criteria, right? Like when we meet, We basically get your home buying criteria, we input that into our computer database. Every day, our computer database searches in the MLS to find homes that match your criteria, and then we email you those homes, and then you can pick those homes you like and you drive by them. And when you want to see a home, you just let us know, give us a call, reply to the email, we will arrange a showing, and there's no pressure to buy. So basically, you are picking the home you want to see. It's not basically I am picking homes for you to choose from. You can pick as many as you like, and then we can just, show you whichever home you want to see. That's the idea there, that we put you in control. So and every day our computer database is going to look for any new listings coming every day matching your criteria. It'll email you automatically right away, and so you have first priority, first access to those listings, right? So you don't have to search the homes online, because a lot of homes, when you're looking online, they're already sold by the time you're kind of, getting to them. There's no pressure, because, I'm not picking homes for you, you're picking them yourself. So there's no pressure to buy, you pick them yourself. No more overpaying, because you beat out other buyers, because you get the first access to the listings, right? So as soon as it comes on market, you get an email. So you know right away that it's out there. It's not, going to so many people first, and then you're trying to compete with somebody, right? So you can negotiate best possible price, because you're the first at it, right? So, or one of a kind VIP home finder system. Also, I want to just kind of touch on that a little bit. These are off-market properties. We have access as well. And 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 I'll give you an example of that too. Like, these properties include these properties who are coming soon to MLS. They are bank foreclosures, distress sales, properties not found online, builder closeouts, unlisted properties, expired listings. So there's no more bidding wars in these houses, because they're not on the MLS. So these are off-market properties that I'm talking about, right? So how do we get access to those? We basically find these unlisted homes that match your criteria. All you need to tell us is what you're looking for, which area. We will invest the money and time to make that happen and find those homes for you. We invest our marketing dollars to specifically target the market neighborhoods you're interested in to find the perfect home. When we find a homeowner who may consider a sale, we will inspect the home to ensure it matches your criteria. If we feel the property is a match for you, we will set up a private viewing for you. And once you like the property, then we can put an offer and negotiate on your behalf. We recently had that, because I had a client who was looking for a townhouse in Vaughan area. I had kind of, he told me particular neighborhood that he was looking for. We ended up doing marketing in that neighborhood. We had a lady, she was like, well, I'm planned to sell in like probably 4 months, my townhouse, but if you want to Gotham, come and look at it, and see if it's a fit for your client. And I did that, and it was a perfect match for my client. I actually then, took my client, booked a one-on-one viewing. We just walked through the property. They loved it. The home, we negotiated on their behalf. So we got a good deal, and basically my client got a property off market. The market home didn't even go online or on MLS, right? So that's the service we provide. These are the kind of ads we run. For example, the left one, we had like, we have a buyer looking for semi-detached homes and ad in Mills area of Mississauga. So we kind of do that. Other ad we had running was, we had a buyer looking for a townhouse in Kleinburg, one area, with a budget of $1.2 million. So we run these ads basically, which will give us access to these off-market properties. Also, we send home finder letters, which we spend our marketing dollars. So this is basically a letter going from me to a neighborhood, that once we narrow it down, that so you're interested in a particular neighborhood, we can send out these letters in that neighborhood. It's saying basically, I've got serious buyers who are looking for homes in this area. And then if you're interested or planning or thinking of selling in the future, contact me. That's what basically this letter is kind of doing, like arranging a phone call between potential seller and myself. And that's how we get on these off-market properties, right? So we do a very good job with that. Um, we have very good success rate with that too. Um, Specialized strategy, we do specialize in basically, negotiating the offer for you, for negotiating the price, the terms, interest rate, we cost to close, possession date, inspection details. So we negotiate all those things for you when we are representing you. And then we help you putting all those provisions, special amendments, exhibits in the agreement of purchase and sale to basically protect you, right? So we present the offer on your behalf to the seller. We negotiate all the terms and conditions of the offer for your best interest to secure the property at the best possible price and the terms, right? So we negotiate on your behalf. Our team is specialized. They are full-time pros. They're completely familiar with the market and practices. We know all zoning, real estate development laws, all the matters. We get up to speed on those regular basis. We regularly attend training, continuing education seminars by our regional board and Council of Ontario. So we use state-of-the-art technology software to kind of be competitive, give you competitive advantage, right? Um, I know somebody just joined, and welcome, Clinton. I see you just joined recently. So basically, I'm talking about if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat, and I can answer your question there. Also, if you want to book a one-on-one session, I put a link, Calendly link in the chat there for you, so you can book a one-on-one, no obligation meeting. Could be a phone call. First one is always a phone call where I kind of just look at your scenario where you are at in the home buying journey, and you could be 6 months, 1 year away from the process, could be 2 months away from the process, depending on your timing, and that's okay. But we just kind of, address, discuss, and then I kind of guide you through the process and just kind of walk you through. And you might have certain questions regarding your specific situation that I can answer on those one-on-one calls. That's the idea there. And if you, after that, you feel like I can represent you, then we move forward to, getting into the agreement or something. But that initial meeting is always a just introduction to each other, trying to answer questions, helping basically to make you understand the home buying process, and then go to the next step as required. Okay. Some of the guarantees that we offer to the home buyers, right? So these can benefit you. Love your new home guaranteed, or will sell it at a discount. So we stand by. Basically, let's say you buy a home and you do not like a home within a year, we will sell it at a discount for you. So for the real estate fee. So that's basically our promise. We give it to you in writing, right? When you buy through us property. $10,000 savings of the market value purchase guaranteed, or I will pay you $1,000, right? We stand by our presentation and your decision to buy a home through us, right? So that's another promise guarantee we give it to you in writing. If you're not able to save $10,000, I will pay you $1,000 cash on closing, right? That's my promise. Um, Honest promises guarantees. We also promise, like, we are not gonna make, promise moon and stars to get your business. We will tell you what we can do and what we cannot do exactly. So we are very transparent in that regard. So we operate as well as what we will not do, and upfront we will tell you in clear language. And that's our honest promises guarantee that you get from me as well as part of a representation. Closing on your home, I mean, basically, we help you with all the closing um, that you need any help with. It could be basically finding a lawyer, finding a home inspector, because I've got connections with everybody. Even for mortgage pre-approval, I have access to the mortgage advisors with the banks. I have access to mortgage brokers, independent mortgage brokers, that in case you need independent mortgage advice from a broker, I have connections with those as well, where I can connect you. I have connections with lawyers, real estate lawyers, not only one, more than one, because I usually give like a couple of lawyer options to you so you guys can negotiate, find out what their fees are, and then pick one to work with, right? So that's the idea there. Same way, connections with home inspectors. we have, and we can help you with there with those connections, right? Um, our expert help basically and same thing like I touched on already here, legal expertise. We have connections with lawyers, home inspectors, appraisers, title insurance companies. So we basically give you basically, any help you need, we will be able to happy to help you. What the cost? I just want to kind of touch on that a little bit because I make money from real estate and I do donate to these two charities, the Kids Hospital and Covenant House in Toronto. That's where I kind of do regular donations. Basically both good places that they help a lot of people, I guess. So that's where I kind of support these two charities, right? So just so you're kind of aware of that. We have a referral program in place as well. So each time you send us a referral, we make a donation in your name to the foundation of your choice. All you need to do is give us a name and phone number of someone who's thinking of buying or selling a house, and you can collect a cash gift as well. Each time you send us a referral, we send you a cash gift of $500. And most of the time, people know 5 to 6 people who are thinking or looking to buy or sell in the near future, so they can recommend those people to us and happy to represent them on your behalf. And then again, as part of working with us, like I said, as part of VIP buyer agreement, we get you pre-qualified free of charge, and we get you VIP access to special financing. Like we will get you the best rates possible out there from a bank, mortgage advisor, or an independent mortgage broker. We get you access to the new listings, best listings, match your criteria before anybody else knows about them. We get you priority access to off-market properties that are not found online. We back ourselves by our specialized knowledge. Our team is all pros with the technology and everything. We get you priority access to affiliates, basically, mortgage brokers, lawyers, anything and everything you need. We give you written satisfaction guaranteed that you are satisfied with your home purchase. Um, and then I'm going to touch on a little bit first time homebuyer programs, the provincial and federal programs out there. I'm not going to go through all the programs here on this call to respect everybody's time. I'll go through a few, but when you book a one-on-one call with me with the link that I put in for my calendar based on your availability, we can go over specific requirements. If you've got a specific question about a specific program, we can touch on that, right? So first home savings account, that, as you know, this got launched recently. It's a tax deductible account for first time home buyers. Withdrawals for a qualifying first home are tax free. It's about $8,000 annual contribution room first year you open, and your lifetime limit is about $40,000. You can carry forward, but there are rules applying, right? 1 year carry forward up to $8,000 you can do. Who qualifies? Basically Canadian first time home buyers. How to apply? You just go to a bank and you open an FHSA account. They will basically help you opening that and get there. Um, Tip: use you can use first home savings account and home buyers plan together. I'm going to touch on home buyers plan, what we're talking about. CRAs allows both for the same home under conditions. Treat FHSA as a primary down payment vehicle, because you can save that 40,000 per one person, and if you have a partner you can save up to 80,000, and then you can use that withdraw tax free, and you don't have to pay back, right? So that's the idea. It's a beautiful advantage you can take from here. There's home buyers plan, RRSP withdrawal. Again, you can withdraw up to $60,000 from RRSPs to help buy your first home per person. It's repayable to RRSP over the 15 years. There's an annual minimum repayment required. Um, and you have to use the form to withdraw. Basically, who qualifies? First time home buyers, again meeting CRA conditions, and you request basically to withdraw your funds using that form, and you follow the CRA repayment rules, right? So and this is the one I'm talking about. You can combine this with FHSA contributions and transfer between um, RRSP and FHSA possible plan repayments and tax timing. So So this is another plan, very good plan. There are some other plans, some other help available as well. First time home buyers tax credit is available. Federal GST, HST, new home rebates is available as well, and proposed first time home buyer GST, HST repeat as well is available. CMHC home start mortgage insurance options for first time home buyers, where you can pay less than 20%. You can pay like 5%, 10% depending on the amount of the property you're buying in. And I can discuss that on one-on-one call as required. Again, Ontario land transfer tax refund. So you get that as well. There's a rebate offered by Ontario. Again, there's Toronto Municipal Land Transfer Tax rebate as well is available for first-time home buyers if you're buying a property in Toronto, because in Toronto you get charged land transfer tax twice. You pay the provincial portion and then you pay the city portion. But you can get a rebate for both, basically being first-time home buyer, right? So that helps with that one-time closing cost when you're trying to close on a property through the lawyer. That was what I wanted to basically cover in a nutshell. This is basically my old office address. I need to update that. Our office used to be at Sherwood Town Boulevard in Mississauga, which was here in Ontario and 403 corner. Now we just moved up a little bit, about 5 minutes just north, which is here in Ontario and Matheson Boulevard. Can Cross is where is the street name where my office is, and I'm happy to meet face to face in my office weekdays, weekends. I'm flexible, book a timing, and we can, meet. Right side pictures basically with my broker, Scott Gilmore. So that's where I received an award in 2023. So just sharing that. Just to share my investment portfolio, because I am myself real estate investor as well. As I'm making money in real estate, I basically invest in real estate as well. The top property I own is basically the sixplex in North Bay, Ontario, which is about 3 hours from Vaughan. Drive up north. We have a property manager there who looks after the properties, who kind of rents, who takes care of the properties, and he collects rents. He deposits into our bank account on, beginning of the month. If you want to talk about investment properties, we can talk about that through our call as well, because I help a lot of clients. The price points are lower in North Bay, Ontario. Rental rate is very strong there. The vacancy rate is less than 1%. So and you can get easily a duplex, triplex, fourplex in very reasonable amount. Like I have helped a lot of clients buying properties there, and they're using same property manager as well that I'm recommending. James Stewart is his name. But these are positive cash flowing properties, meaning after paying the property management, after paying all the expenses, still they are positive cash flowing, will be left in your bank account every month. Basically, that's the idea there. Bottom left corner is a duplex that I own in Toronto. It's a semi-detached home. We bought it through the builder about 3.5, 4 years ago. I bought it. So it's fully rented, both units. Bottom right is a single family home in Whitby. It's rented to a family as well. So just those are some of the properties I own. Again, these properties I own as well. So fiveplex on the top left corner. A lot of snow you see because this is North Bay, Ontario. It's northern, so it's more colder and it gets a lot more snow. Triplex, very good cash flowing machine. I would say that 3 units, the two doors you see in the front, the one door is from the back, the top floor, third unit is on the top floor. So there are 3 units here. So very good rents as well. Rental rate is very good in North Bay, which is very comparable to Toronto, much quite higher rent. That's why those properties are positive cash flowing. Same way, this is a triplex I own in North Bay. Bottom triplex also is in North Bay. So all these properties are in North Bay, taken care by my property manager up there, right? So here are some of the pictures that my clients have purchased over the years. Duplex. This client paid like 285,000 for a duplex. This client paid 440K for a fourplex, 410K for a triplex, 547 for a triplex, duplex 325K. Then my client purchased. I have got an off-market property available right now as well, which is we're looking at probably about 325. The list price or asking price is 350, but again, it's subject to negotiation. It's a duplex property. If you want to talk about investment there, we can talk about that and go through the numbers and everything else, right? I've got pictures for that property too. But the idea is basically the North Bay town is more for investment because Toronto properties are expensive to buy, so people can buy properties cheaper there, and because they are multifamily, they are positive cash flowing after the rent is paid and all that. So I think this is the last slide that I had. Any questions you have? I hope you kind of learned something from here. Let me go to the chat to see if there's anything I don't see any questions in the chat. If you have any questions, you can write them in the chat, and I can try to answer them. But the idea here is basically, book that one-on-one call, no obligation again, as I said, and then I'll kind of walk you through the whole process of home buying, getting the pre-approval, working with a mortgage broker or a bank. I'll suggest all that, what rates to pick. You get a variable mortgage? Should you get a fixed mortgage, right? I help a lot of clients with those things, right? So I live in GTA, so that's why I help a lot of clients in GTA, but I do help people buying properties for investment in North Bay, Ontario. So that's where I've got the whole team in North Bay, basically the property management company, home inspector, everybody lined up there. And the way I do for that investment properties is like we look at the numbers. If the numbers are making sense, then we look at property pictures. If they look good, then we kind of, usually lock in an agreement conditional on our visit, and then we kind of drive up and one day, and it's a day trip we make and just look at the property, right? So, but first, always it starts with numbers, right? Like I look at the cash flow numbers for the given property, for paying property tax, water bill, all the bills we take care, and see there should be a money left end of the month, positive money left in our account after paying property manager and all that, right? So that's the idea there for positive cash flowing properties. Any questions you have? Anybody want to raise your hand, and then I can say you can come off mute and ask a question live if you want to ask. If not, then I highly recommend you book a one-on-one session like with the link I put in the chat. Then we can meet you on the other side and have a discussion based on your time, and we can talk through that, and that'll be our next step. Um, I do not see any questions in the chat, so I'm gonna probably wrap up. It's about 7:39. We kind of finished a little bit early because sometimes the session becomes quite a bit interactive and then it takes longer. I leave a lot of time for questions in the end as well. But if you don't have a question, it's fine, no issues at all. Um, Next week, Donna says her friend not here. She'll be in touch next week. Yes, Donna, for sure. Contact me next week, and we can touch base and go from there and go to the next step for sure. But in the meantime, keep checking the listings that I'm sending you. So just keep looking at them and shortlist them for next week when you're ready, and then we can, go take a look at some and things like that, and see what our next process is. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm gonna then end the webinar here. Everybody have a good night. Stay warm. I'm sure it's cold out there. Yeah, getting a little bit early winter, but we live in Canada, right? So we should be used to this. But yes, it is cold. And take care of yourself and have a good night. If I don't talk to you again, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. Thank you. Have a good night. End the meeting.